Hey, how's all my girls out there? Welcome to episode 1 of the Hustle Girl podcast, where we hustle our way to financial freedom through entrepreneurship. Podcast episodes are released every Wednesday, so subscribe today for free and let's get started. In today's episode, we are going to discuss, is 2020 the right time to start a home business? In today's podcast, we are going to discuss looking back on business before COVID-19. Also, how COVID-19 has affected business today and what you should be aware of. Also, how COVID-19 has changed consumers' behavior, and is it for the better or not? We're also going to discuss how to avoid businesses that are not essential, and we're going to discuss businesses that you can start and that are essential, that you can start from home, that are COVID-19 and recession proof. And in the end, is it a good idea to start your own home business now? So, with all that said, girls, let's get started. So, let's look back on business before COVID-19. Now, of course, we probably didn't pay much attention, but COVID-19 has definitely awakened a lot of business owners, consumers, and soon-to-be business owners as well. And let's just take a look back on what we remember, because it's very important to understand the differences of then. We know we had the option of ordering online, right? We know we had that option back then. Right now, let's just talk about back then. We know that we had the option of ordering online. We know we did not have to order food through pickup services or delivery services and so forth. Businesses didn't have to worry about having a website or not. A lot of businesses still do not have a website, still do not have a blog. A lot of businesses as well still do not have a contact with their customers or with their clients. They're not keeping up with that. They're not sending out messages or offers and things like that. So a lot of local businesses especially have not opened their businesses up to the digital world. Okay, they do not have, like I said, a website to present their business. They do not have a blog to keep people up on their business and what's going on. And like I said, offers, announcements, and new products, and so forth. So a lot of businesses had that option. Of course, they were losing out on a lot of income, because if you think about it, if you are not taking advantage of the internet and all that it can bring to your business, you are missing out on a big income. Okay, additional income that you can get outside of just having someone walk into your place of business or your store. Okay, so a lot of these businesses have been shocked. They have been shocked by COVID, and a lot of them, of course, have gone out of business and probably will not return as I'm making this podcast. But it has shown people who are currently in business or who are thinking about starting a business, it's showing them what the essential parts of business that you must have ready, that you must be prepared for in case a situation happens like this again. The business owners need to be prepared in case of a global emergency or national emergency. Okay, and how to protect their business. So that is how, looking back on business, if considering business owners and their consumers, a lot of business owners, as you see, were just not prepared. Okay, and did not take the digital world seriously, thinking it's just an option to have communication online and being able to from being a local business where people just walk in and give you orders or what have you, or buy items, to getting orders online as well. Okay, looking back, business owners were not prepared for the change, and it has awakened many business owners now. It has wakened up consumers on how business could be done, and we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. So that's just a look back on before COVID-19 came and how it affected businesses and affected consumers as well. So let's head into our next segment, which is how COVID-19 has affected businesses today and what you should be aware of. Okay, so let's get started. Now, business owners first of all realize that the government has the power to shut them down. If you are not an essential business, the government has the power to shut your business down. And this was a big, rude awakening for business owners who probably thought this would never happen. Of course, why would they think there would be something like COVID-19 where that the government can just wake up one day and say, okay, your business is not important, we are going to shut it down. So this has made a lot of business owners realize, and once this is over, really rethink the type of business that they're in, or how to run it better, or how to bring in as much income as possible and put away money for their business in case there is a shutdown. There should be some type of emergency fund. And we know some businesses are harder to run than others, but of course they are going to probably think either the type of business that they're doing, is it important, is it essential, and they're going to also consider bringing in other forms of income, which we will discuss in an upcoming podcast, of how to extend your income no matter what type of business you have. Okay, but it has definitely changed how business owners think about their business, and also just knowing if they want to continue with that type of business or they want to change the type of business that they're in. Because of course you want to be an essential business. Now more people are going to want to be an essential business, of course, but it just also makes them realize that they have to be prepared for a shutdown at any given moment. So also, I wanted to discuss the essential and non-essential business. Now, a lot of people did not clearly understand. Now, of course, an essential business is a business like right now during COVID-19. It is a business that sells essential items or essential services. Okay, a non-essential business is a hair salon, a barbershop, a hair shop, jewelry stores or clothing stores of that sort that only sell those type of items. It's things you don't really need on it. Of course you need clothing, but of course people are not going to be out shopping that much, so those stores are not considered essential. But if you have a store like, say, that considers to be essential, you have stores like home stores that provide home security or home, like Lowe's and Home Depot. Stores like Target that sell essential items, which is they sell food, they sell healthcare items, they sell self-care items, and so forth. So they sell things that people need on a day-to-day basis. So those are considered essential businesses, essential services. Walmart, they still have open stores like Best Buy because people still need business things for their business. Okay, so Staples were still open. Stores like CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, and all these type of stores sell essential items. GNC was open. So a lot of these stores that are local and they also sell online are considered stores that sell essential items. So Things that are not essential are basically either luxury items or items that are not needed on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so that's kind of what the difference is. Now, many business owners realized they were not utilizing the internet before. We talked about that, and it definitely affected their business. Not being on the internet is huge, and I think a lot of business owners really realize that right now, that definitely they need to be on the internet. It's just another form of income, and it is another way to communicate with your customers, with your consumers. With your customers, your clients, potential customers. They can know everything about your business. You can make announcements of what's going on during this time. So it's just a way of staying in touch. It's also a way of making offers. It's also a way of getting sales and so forth. So having an internet presence is more important than before. So having a website, having a blog, having social media presence is very, very important during times like this, especially because your business can transition easily. Whether it's a full online business or if it's a local business that can turn to the internet business. So this is the importance of getting your business online and developing a presence, developing followers, and so you can create your own community for your own business. So now let's talk about how COVID-19 has changed consumers' behavior. Is it for the better or not? Well, let's just talk about some of the things that now people have accepted, that people are now doing. Had no choice to do, okay, during this period, and how it is changing business. So let's talk about ordering online. Of course, we know ordering online is highly popular. It is a big business, okay, but it has taken off seriously. People who weren't ordering online, which is, I know that's the people that you needed to reach. Okay, and COVID-19 has reached those people. People who were not ordering online is now getting comfortable with the process of ordering online. So you know that during this time, of course, because a lot of our non-essential stores are closed, and some of our essential where you could only order online, people are getting used to ordering their products online now. It is something that, of course, a business owner needs to consider. Even if you're just starting your business, online is the way to go. It is going to be more popular than ever. People of all ages are now getting comfortable with ordering online. Okay, and COVID-19 has pushed a lot of people that weren't doing it or doing it very often to understand that ordering online is the way to go. It is a more popular way to go. Of course, when the other stores open back up, people are going to be back in the stores, but they may get into the habit now, since quarantine during COVID, that ordering online is a process they need to understand and a process they need to use once in a while. Also, another thing that has changed people's behavior is ordering food. Okay, using services like Uber Eats and Instacart, and have it either delivered or they go pick it up. Okay, so that's also another trend that has taken off. Okay, that has become extremely popular. Of course, we can still go out and buy our own food, but for those that want to stay quarantined or cannot leave the house, maybe they have kids or an elderly person or someone to take care of, they need to order food. Or even seniors that just need to order because they don't want to go out during quarantine and take the chance of being in the stores right now and so forth. So they get used to that behavior as well, to go, okay, this ordering food process is not so bad, or someone who's picking up items, they can order online and then have their orders brought out to their car. Okay, so it is a different experience experience that people are having during COVID. Also, individuals, businesses, customers, clients, or individuals who are just communicating with their family members are using Zoom took off. Zoom is one of those sites that really took off during COVID-19, where that you can talk to multiple people at once, okay? And you can see them and you can hear them. And it's an organized way of talking to multiple people. So people were having birthday parties online using Zoom. Where they have a party at their house, and then they give a link out to everyone, letting them know what time. They press the link. They don't even have to be a member of Zoom. They just click on the link and they join the party. People were having fun activities that they were playing online with family members and friends. People were having meetings and so forth. As well. There was a lot of differences of people getting on and trying something new, something they've never done before. Whether it was business-wise, whether it was personal, using these type of services have become very popular since COVID-19. And they will continue to be popular as well, and people will continue to use these services now that they are familiar with them and have got comfortable with them over time. Okay, let's just take a small break and let's talk about our sponsor today, which is Anchor. Now, have you ever wanted to start a podcast, but it just sounds too complicated, or you just don't know where to start? Well, Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Okay, just let me explain. First of all, it's free. And we all love free. And that's one of the things that got my attention, because I also use Anchor to create this podcast. And also, Anchor has a lot of creation tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Another thing is they have royalty-free music and sound effects that you can add right to your podcast on their website. Also, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. Now, this was a big one for me because I always thought about how am I going to get my podcast out there? Well, Anchor will do it for you. Just set it up in your account. It's super easy, and your podcast will be heard on great sites like Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can also make money from your podcast, right? We all want to know how can we earn income from our podcast, and Anchor makes it possible for you to do so. First of all, there's no minimum listenership, okay? So you can start out with your very first podcast and monetize it and add ads to your very first podcast, okay? You can do it all from the Anchor site, which is amazing. So it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So again, you can download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started, and I'll also have the link down below under this episode. So get started, start your podcast today, and let's get back to business. So let's now talk about types of businesses that you can start or consider that are essential and that can be recession proof. Okay, that you can start from home and have an online business. Now here are just a few ideas that you can use or think about that may fit something that you're interested in. As parenting. During this time, obviously parenting has been a big deal because people are home with their children and so forth, and parenting tips, parenting advice, it would be a site that would be very well needed. Also homeschooling. A lot of parents had no idea how to homeschool and so forth. So if you are someone that knows anything about homeschooling or had a good experience homeschooling, like I said again, tips and advice would be great for that topic. Any kids activities, Self-care. A lot of people had to learn self-care during this time as well, that there were no barbershops open, no nail services open, hair salons open, and so forth. So people had to learn more about self-care. Also, healthcare. I've never seen a time when there were so many, when the stores were literally out of vitamins, health drinks and powders, and so forth, because people were trying to stay healthy. Also, foods at the supermarket that you hardly ever see gone. People were eating definitely a lot of fruits and different types of veggies that can keep up their immune systems and just keep them healthy during a trying time. You also may want to consider anything in home cleaning, anything that kills germs, keeps the household clean, also security, home security, business security, and so forth were also big concerns that now people are really looking at. Relationships. During this time, a lot of people spent a lot of time with their kids, with their spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, had to really get to know each other, really had a lot of issues during this time. So being a relationship consultant, giving on that as well would be a great topic. Financing, of course. A lot of people need financing advice, okay? A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people didn't save. A lot of people don't know how to budget, and just investing money and so forth is a huge thing. Also credit. And so it's a big topic that you can find a niche on what you want to talk about to help people learn about money. Okay, also making money as well. This is also an amazing topic, because right now millions of people are out of a job who would love to learn how to make money online. Hence another reason why I have this podcast, to teach people that as well. And that is a big topic. A lot of people have no idea how to make money online or what their options are, and working from home, which is where a lot of it is going right now. A lot of people even more people are going to be working from home after this situation. So that's a good topic to get into. Website and graphic design. Now, remember we talked about a lot of businesses, millions of businesses, especially local businesses, do not have a website presence or a graphic design artist or anything like that. But of course, businesses need to be online right now. So if you have any type of skills in building websites or getting them jumpstart them on setting up their website, providing graphic design, for their logos, for branding their site, and so forth, that'll be a great freelance service that you can offer. Also, anything in technology right now is thriving. Technology wise right now, if you're into coding, anything like that is going to take off. You can also talk about digital marketing and sales tactics. Okay, like I said, a lot of businesses need help getting online. They need to understand how to market in today's world, using social media, using vehicles like YouTube, LinkedIn, all these type of Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. There's so much to learn. Also about not just getting on there and opening up an account and building a community, but also doing ads as well. They need to know how to sell on these platforms. So if you can learn that, definitely I'm going to be giving you a lot of resources in the next episode on how you can get started on that. It's not that hard actually. So make sure that you subscribe it's not that hard actually. So make sure that you subscribe so you can get the next episode next Wednesday. Okay. So also, any type of business consultant. Okay, any area of business right now, if you can help a company, say with sales, with marketing, with their finances, or with human resources and hiring, just anything business related that can help them grow. Okay, also a career consultant. There's a lot of people that don't know which direction to go, what's right for them, and they may need a little a little guidance. So a career consultant is great. Also virtual assistant. Okay, that's a big one as well. A lot of companies are outsourcing what they need done in their business through virtual assistants. That means basically making schedules. It means data entry. It means checking social media accounts and also and maybe some administrative so forth. So definitely, if you have skills as an assistant or a secretary or what have you, you have some skills in those areas, definitely I will be providing that in the next episode. So definitely make sure you subscribe for next Wednesday's episode, okay? So that's just touching base on a lot of areas that have done well during COVID-19, that will continue to do well during the recession. These types of topics do extremely well, and I'm going to also show you in the next episode 2, how you can go about starting a business with these topics. Okay, I'm going to give you different avenues that you can try and resources as well to get you started. Okay, so make sure you tune into episode 2. It's going to be very important. Basically, is it a good time to start a home business? You know, it is a great time to start a home business, because when you see a global situation that has happened with COVID, you start to understand what's important to the government, as well as how they view your business and what kind of changes they can possibly make and where business is going today. So you have learned all those things. So starting a home business is an excellent time right now, because that's where things are going. Now, of course, everybody can't work from home, but if you can figure a business that you can do, that you have skills in, that you can learn skills in, or a hobby that you have, something that definitely can be long term and that can bring in decent income or your full-time income, then yes, you should start a home business. People who were already working from home, I was one of those people, already working from home for years now, did not affect me like it did other people who had jobs at non-essential businesses. Okay, it's very important to set yourself up to protect yourself, protect your family, and to be more in control of your income. And like I said, having multiple streams of income is highly important. And in episode 2, I'm going to teach you ways to expand your business. No matter what business that you do, I'm going to teach you different ways to make multiple incomes through one business. Okay? One business with multiple streams of income. So that is also what we're going to cover in episode 2. So be ready. It's coming out next week, Wednesday. Okay? Right now, too, we have to just acknowledge that COVID-19 has changed people's behavior, how they view, how they get their products, how they get their services, how they communicate with businesses online, and so forth. It has changed even more. Of course, a lot of people knew that this was already existing, but now the people who were resisting it had to step into that realm. Okay, they had to learn how to order online. They had to learn how to pick up groceries, use pickup services, communicate with their with businesses online, or take meetings online, or talk to family members online. So it has changed the people. A lot of people who weren't interested in it or didn't even try it. Okay, so it's just a big wake-up call for not only us consumers, but for business owners as well. Okay, and also in a 9-to-5, of course, it is very important to start your own business. If, like I said, if that's something that you really, really want to do, I figure that's what you want to do if you're watching this, if you're listening to this podcast. But a job can be taken away from you at any given time. Like literally millions of people are unemployed right now. Okay, so it's very important to consider that. Even if you do stay in a 9-to-5 job, is to have a side hustle. You need to have a side hustle to make sure that you're making that income somewhere else. So if that job decides to pull the rug from under you out of nowhere, that you can survive. It don't only have to be about COVID-19. It could just be about your company not doing well financially. Maybe a company has to close. Maybe a company has to make cuts or what have you. So, or maybe something happens in your life that pulls you away from that job. Or maybe something happens in your life that pulls you away from that job. You never know. So you need to very much consider home business. This is the podcast. Podcast number 1 is done. Yay! We're all done, girls. So that is the end of episode number 1 of the Hustle Girl podcast. Please subscribe, support the podcast, leave me a message. Maybe I can address some questions as well in these episodes. Comment, share, with all that good stuff, okay? Episode 2, you know I have a lot coming in episode 2. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a great one. It's going to get you started, okay? We're going to talk about as much as possible, get you up and rolling. So make sure you subscribe and share this podcast with others that you know. I'm going to be giving out a wealth of information in every podcast starting episode 2. So I really want you to subscribe. Also, make sure you check out my store for Hustle Girl t-shirts, hoodies, cell phone cases, and more. The link is below the podcast, okay? So make sure you check out the store. I got some good designs that I just did, and hope you girls want to walk around with a Hustle Girl t-shirt, a hoodie, a cell phone case, and I have some more designs that I just put in the store. So let's hustle, girls, to financial freedom.